Era Kowa, Tiana, Kidi, why you today? Saturday, okay. Internet Tiana, what we will waste around. Waka Wobor and TF and Capital America. That do not ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Nigeria has failed us. So we must now think of what we can do to emancipate ourselves. And the argument is all about you, the youth. The youth are being able to know about the origin. America, Yoja, Udoncha. I'm thanking our quarry is that on the Nairobi Tinema, you put Fasasa, you put Igbo, you put Hausa, you put Yoruba, you put Shakiri. I position here on right. On your quarry, I'm very delighted that Foster is doing this. I can make it to what I may be. Make one not dedicated lecture on 2022 in Orogun Conference in Major Total. I think inside. With the dedicated lecture of Awhefeada, late Chief Miller. Yes. Awhefeada. But I know that with the dedicated work, Papa Philip Itedjere, up 80 years. Beside the general wine. But then what did not boy, Dr. Philip Itedjere, or the Akbo, Ogre can say, or Kawari, or Tomam, or Toya, down in within that 1 year, you know, then a correct community development. If you're a bonnet, Obu Kanye on your division, Obu did it school, Obu school, Bonsuka, or you that you back in you at the Ujaria Fina, or woman, Papa Philip, till you got 1 year. 1 year, that's a few see where they don't see the other. On the people which you take, or you got so I do return you one development. But one year president, yes, was what Money Development Union. Or even nowhere about where a model comprehensive secondary school. Yeah, we go on working on you do not like what to direct Philip Itedjere. Because right there is not here. But I'm dedicating this lecture to him. So now all of the only what people can take as example in developing where they come from. Kingdom. Kingdom. Am I yes, am I ignorant? No, Orogun. Am I mad to my parable? Echo to Orogun. I don't what you are doing. Orogun. Am I mad to my? You go to the hearing. I don't have offer you Orogun. Then, am I here bilingual? Am I Orogun? Am I here Ukwane? Then, who get the North local government area or the Delta state? 1 year, Hawaii. Hawaii, the world is in a race. So we are here to kickstart a process that will make us catch up with the world. On a bit make a world here. Then the Nigerian reality and the people and youth of Orogun, without all is not well in Nigeria. Nigeria is becoming a failed state. What will now happen is that at the end of the day, every ethnic nationality will build itself and then come to a round table and say, this is what we want, and this is the way forward for Nigeria. Now, the youth were married. We say, Jakpa single. 1 year old. The one they be or they will move or reject or make just Pinocchio. Pinocchio, what time? The gas is not going go to nothing, not worry. And in Sudan, you will go for me, one wine. You wait Nigeria, this Sudan, in Mure, they were about 5,000. In Sudan, they kick in as Atananya Adia. But if you Melago, or Nigeria, you want they saw Sudan as a heaven on earth where they should go to. On your side, Nigeria. Mama, just Pinocchio. I will not go book on the Nigeria. In a devil, it was not always like this. You go the late Justice James Awagege, he studied in England and qualified as a barrister and solicitor of the Court of England. Late James Aquari, when you left the Water University of Ibadan, followed back to the University of British Columbia or Canada, what they want a classic distinction in masters running. The Orogun, or that boy, Oribiri, Oribiri to Orogun, or it well, Orogun Grammar School, Leo. I can't about the about the youth. It's about the youth. But I can't remember an offer. We Coco as I wrote in a to go no, Timon, Timon, Gil, that about the war. Come on, where's this one in Ray? Or it's in it. Yes, Tomo Shari, Tomo 10. All for SS1 in SS1, SS2, SS3. Wait to the island. Then I go over Akata. Manutana, but I have Dr. Tibio did that I know there. Ubakuja, or your dear. Or rather, penny of going to do one. For how my baby, he did not good hero. Yet in there. You turn now, or come, or pay. I make a yammy. If it are, and all the book, but no, we are right to them on we are right to me. Like all my one fact, the SS1, SS2, SS3, wait to the island. It's in a big people. I know I keep a bacanic to your taffy. So now I did you. I kiro, water, aqua. I'm going to I'm going to buy. And that's a young barn. I can do Orogun people. Orogun you must be barn. Orogun must be the table. I like that to carry in Nigeria. Now, the problem you to America, you have been more, you will all, okay, go to a university, the way PhD, and you go, then violence, you offer, cultism, you offer, crime, awful, academic failure, you offer, then depression, or zero, youth problem, never prevent, aggressive lifestyle, as you offer, and although we work on your land, as usual be on your land. Ẹ̀kẹ́ gbọ́ màmá yìí ti rẹ̀ àmẹ́gbọ̀n náà wù ẹ̀rẹ̀ àmẹ́gbọ̀n náà wù ẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀ọ́rù wù rẹ̀. Ìpín fàlọ̀ rẹ̀ rí ọkùnrin bẹ̀tẹ̀ ìdágbò rẹ̀ ọ̀ọ́rù wù rẹ̀. Now the role of the youth. Yìí wẹ́pọ̀ wá lúkẹ́rẹ́. Yé ìwé sọ̀rọ̀ ọkùn máa wà. Yé ìwé sọ̀rọ̀ ọkẹ́ Orogun. It is a challenge. If you read about the life and times of the Mosakori, or what were school years, you should go by Nigerian standard of youth. He was a youth, you know. And I like that part and it was okay. He was 28 when he plotted the first military coup. The one was, I think, 32 when he became, when he became head of state. General Elliot was 33 when he became military governor. There are many examples. So you have that here, you look at one lament, you're going to go there. We have lamented for too much. We have agonized for too much. Let us think about what about strategies, how we can organize and free ourselves from the shackles of poverty, disempowerment, and economic emasculation. Then you can look, I'm on your barrel. Look out at it and like child. When we talk about youth, the youth are the most functional segment of any population. Because you are around between the ages of 18 Nigerian context, NYS 18 to 30, NYS 30 on youth. But socially, it's up to 45 years. Whether it's 42, 45, you are still a youth. It is accepted socially in view of our socioeconomic condition. So the category now is the most functional, the most dynamic, the most energetic, and ideal election in 2019. Even with statistics now, 65% ìbò vote EU to beginning, and 65% the like majority. People will vote wey Joe wan be president in Nigeria. Wey dey vote to Omo Mari, somebody was almost close to 8. I will vote. So what brand or this one called to tell that it is the kind of power you wield as a youth, the kind of influence you have as a youth if you are able to organize yourselves. Okay? The youth, you are the most functional, the most dynamic, the most energetic unit in any and every population. Then the youth, you are also very creative. Youth are critical and creative thinkers. Before I buy in, I will say, remember, but I will you too. On y modern day, n'est pas de ça qu'on est jeté. On se France, on se Canada, to be Europe, before I get something yet. In Sweden. On the Bahamas, the American are okay. Because the world now is a global village. Now, whatever is happening all over the world, you can access it through here. And it can be a challenge for you to do what? For you to model your lifestyle after those people. It's about organization. Although it's about organizing yourselves into a mass movement and then initiate change. I've said you are the most functional, the most dynamic in the population segment. Then you are also creative thinkers. Then you are also change makers. Youth are change makers. Youth are change agents. Let me give you just a little example. With 2020, Adam Orogun University and SARS will be quality. Àwọn ọmọ Orogun náà, òpòbí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì náà, the NSAS was badly managed. The youth could not organize themselves into a negotiating team. I want to keep Abuja that negotiating. I mean, the video. Who do not feel the kick of what you were feeling. When you organize the show, you initiate a dialogue on how you want Nigeria to be governed. I give on mail, you shut down the country by civil disobedience. That means they be doing even rain, private jet, for you. No, they cannot negotiate for you. So it was mismanaged. So that's what Nigeria will have to revisit some other day about how to manage youth movement. Our position youth as change agents and as change makers. Also communicators. Money back to tap. If you see many of these international speakers, they started as young people because I didn't know Boko, I have experience. As I am a tenant, I knew Bohemia, then they are also able to envision tomorrow. Youths are better visionaries. The book I'm about to be they were young people when they envisioned the kind of communities they wanted. Then youths can also make good advocates. They are advocates. Because they know they are all talk over there, youths are more dynamic because they are hungry for change. So they can become better advocates. Then another self-empowerment. Also, one entrepreneurship. Talent. It's not rocket science. You go into entrepreneurship. You know that you go in and go support to bear if you as a media, over more of and be very practical. Over more of what the opposite as a media. Maniki Itedjere will attest to this. Odomona, of course, you know, Omure wedding in Remy of 2012. Of them ending your four. Why come you and make it the real about table? And therefore, I look at me, down here, I'm not use okay, say you will see and I'll say, really, anti, the other one now. Others with whom, if he's faithful, he keeps to his words. His charges are moderate. He delivers on time. He is friendly. He has social skills. Yeah, we don't have. That's why what's up on a channel. You can wear a team, they're up to 15. Or the idea, or who first also this here. He knows him. Of course, that short guy. What I'm afraid, what can we offer? What can we vegetarian do? But you think is a pauper. But on you to who will be very. Oh, we are not if I am able to come direct, but we can 10 million naira. Oh, we are not teaching that we go. Victor Yanko. Yes, you can't quantify it. Although my red, the best we look at it, you can still know only more possible. So he has liberated himself. When it was up renting, only I can renting. It didn't mind when I know. I've won a just go to opposite more playable street in April. You will see the guys workshop there. Then there's another young man. He started in 2015. But what on the OND Zoro Polytechnic? Go to natural India where girls model school. So boy, you go to all you don't pay for land there, get model school. He started by planting tomatoes. pepper and cucumber. I have the video here. My kids project off. I'll take a Dr. Chino and cook before I leave here. I want to tell you, you put the bias of their future. He has built a house or daughter of Ogo. Another construction, you will now move the farm to Ogo. Or yeah, you go wine. I give your money. He is employing 7 people. This is about value chain in agriculture. How did it start? He started with less than 1,000 naira. As all the maybe first of all, get that. What of us in Orogun? Bring my wife, say, maybe 5 of you will not come together. Let us sacrifice our Monday to Thursday. We'll be going to farm every day. But we will sacrifice in Oceana. Then Saturday we can come out and flex. Do that in 5 years. Now there's hunger crisis in Nigeria. There's food crisis in Nigeria. So anybody who takes farming seriously will make plenty of money. Just now, the governor of Nigeria State, Ogogiro, that if you are seen buying food in bulk in Nigeria, they will do what? They will arrest you. Because the header farmers price in the middle belt is affecting food supply. The hunger in Sudan, Chad, and Niger is affecting food supply. So they smuggle food into those places, then there's no enough food for us in Nigeria. So governor of Nigeria came that if they see you buying food in bulk, you should be arrested. What is that? That is something you can keep in economically for economic prosperity. Even as we will, there's so much you can do as youth entrepreneur. All they need is creativity, innovative thinking, and patience. If phone I do why phone now woman. What I type in phone and last they have fresh ripe tomatoes is also and something in Orogun. Who's the running? You don't know where we go. Na, go the same way. Ah, what's a brigada? And I say 500, what happened with 2,000? What happened with 2,000? That is what? That is business. On the other way, fully with you. And I'm going to Waka Jawu. Oko na sọfara migore ke waka support. Youth and leaders. Now look at the example. I will be giving practical example. Ombaramare Matthew Omonade. Olomotete. He's a young man. Millionaire Wabraka. Okay, transfer only. I manage in your own only. Ọwọ́ fún èsì pínlẹ̀ àpá ọmọ nàìjíríà bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn òbí ìyàwó masters university of Benin lọ ọ́nìyẹ wọ́n lè fi orí masters UNIBEN tí wọ́n yọra rẹ̀ he didn't go to government college Ugele or federal government college and he say the grammar school Ugele wọ́n yí wá ṣe ọ̀nà àdé wọ́n tọ̀ is he not a leader now he's a leader that is the potential that you have because politics is very central for our survival politics and good governance because all the policies come from government. So if you can organize well among yourselves, you can produce leaders who are selfless. And when they want to become selfish, what do? You vote them out. Nigeria. I had to carry electoral act. Honorable Awhefeada is still on it. Then I keep winning. The region capitalism of Nigeria, they can actually deploy the power that is inherent in your numbers. Do not be discouraged. Let us go. Then what about youth and homeland security? Youth and homeland, not only Orogun, not only Orogun all over Nigeria, we are not secure. We are not safe. Once upon a time, Igene, Imudia, was security communities around Igene Imudia, where you say, well, by organizing yourself and doing things legitimately to secure our communities. People can hear, who can know the I'm ahead you to quit here. Therefore, so why is it happening now? Because they are not well organized. In return, that cannot be different. Now, I've spoken about the rules of the youth. Should we leave the youth alone? No, we cannot leave you alone. We must support you. That's why Dr. Itedjere is here. That is why I'm also here. Despite our very tight schedules. So how do we support the youth now? To help them realize their manifest destinies and let them contribute their role to the development of Orogun Kingdom. One is education. Education. We must empower our children with good education. But this school now, this is a sorry sight. And it's not only here, it's all over Nigeria. It is all over Nigeria. We know that the government has failed. So we now resort to self-help, positive self-help, not destructive self-help. If I'm not illegal, you put what on the schools in Nigeria, we sign let them give back to the communities. Thankfully, Honorable Orogun about a month ago, when they went out of here, one came on jam form on where we're not ready now, Orogun the Orogun. Not just one of them, people in the land. Okay, why jam form on it? And I ain't then. I don't want to take. But the youth. So, yeah, give an example. So, I haven't go to Lagos or to New or Canada to give examples. Example is right here with us in Orogun. And I have mentioned there was a quarry much earlier. So, we must empower our youth with good education. All the next you I want to hear the Federal Polytechnic in Marine. This is about development. Some 5-10 years ago, that we were the Polytechnic Institute at Orogun Kodogano. The Polytechnic is in Orogun. I take a mirror to the Nigerian laws. So development is at our feet, at our doorstep. So we must now prepare our youth to join in that development. At total, there are no good teachers, no. Some of us who are educators, even non-educators, let us volunteer and do volunteer teaching. Let us do volunteer teaching. Remember, English and literature being honored. This is Orogun Grammar School. This is Mira Grammar School. This is Pimonia Secondary School. They know the literature, your English, maybe twice a month or once a week. Dr. Achibwe, what's in the government, what's in the economics, what's in the geography, once a week or twice a month. They more remove fast the lecturers, professionals, we can organize ourselves and reach out to them. Volunteer service, giving back to community. Mentoring and adopting. We give Dr. Itedjere Riovo, Dr. Achibwe Riovo, Foster Riovo, Honorable Riovo. Are they saying you I mean mentoring. For every child you mentor, it's like a big tree. It's a mighty tree providing shelter, providing fruits, providing succor, providing sustainability. So mentoring and adopting on your both in Amairu work Orogun. Then skills acquisition. I must tell you now, universities worldwide are collapsing. They are sacking lecturers. People are dropping out of school because a new world order is upon us. So now, his skills, that is ona, kan ya worry emutiena. What that work with sukuru, what the PhD, me or the professor say me wona bo ebun mi ori mu. O sa paka obabraka na o ti worry mu. Dr. Itedjere is a PhD. One in lecturing over what? No, one some skills. What are the writing skills, speaking skills, advocacy skills? What are the towobre? What are the fashion designer? What are the welder? What are the app developer? Maybe ICT. And I need to be skills. And you don't need to go to Africa again to get your degree. But when I always say open and distance learning. In your farm in Orogun, you can study at the University of Lagos. Woki to Orogun, na 1 year na who won't be lecturer professor to time. Alright, what I want on questioning. We have icon what can you work your ruin? What can you will unmute you want me to time? Then what are durable? What are durable? Artificial intelligence, you can convert to English. Open a you, then you will respond. So that is what lifelong learning. Ipojo bi wo, eji wo se no tugono, wo torogun, o temonu, o tarakba, o tasijo bi wo to Orogun. So skills acquisition. Wode ko bi no ko tie na ikwe bretu. Tobobeko human services. Ikwe bretu, ikwe laundering, odomori gwa emere. And I talked about entrepreneurship and youth. Wode bretu na tasolve. What do? You diversify. Wode be laundering na tasolve. What do? You diversify. Ovi tailor made devil, Ovi fish farm, Ovi poultry farm. He has about 4 other businesses. All of these are coming from what skills acquisition. Africa's richest woman, Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija. She was a tailor. But only a comamo. Only a comamo, a military officers, cooking my kind. One of them was Miriam Babangida. Babangida became head of state. They introduced her to Jordan Barracks. Right now, how you put your cover? Why put their business and you Babangida working? Go and find out about her. Alakija, Africa's richest woman. Tell on your what to be. Then I want to charge the communities. Communities, Orogun as a clan, I want to be president general on education. Let them monitor what happens in our primary schools. Let them monitor what happens in our secondary schools. Chori, I Samari, oh, Prof, I want to be teachers itinerary. Obi komisa atotake. Honorable, Irufu Nafio, Obi kwasa atotake engagement. Without to talk with really, I can come and do what teach. That is the sacrifice we all have to make to help our people. Then we need to involve our youth. NGO Susasa, Dr. Tibe Kuzo is a leading player in the NGO sector. NGO Susasa, Ivero Tigene, Yero, all our youth presidents. President, you told us waiting at now. Communities in Ethiopia now. Link up with him and with Foster. Get child education, youth empowerment, so that Orogun youth will be carried along. They will not be left behind. There are other youth clubs, voluntary organizations. The youth consciousness, we are all gathered here to brainstorm with our youth and so on and so forth. Then the point about Vigo, as a Komakube, you set up cottage industries, agriculture, Orogun water. We have land in Orogun, agriculture and its value chain, and cottage industry. And you basically what you to Chaniko. You finish your education, you get a place to work, and then make life for yourself. Then youth cooperatives, youth multi-purpose cooperatives. We want money. Cooperative. You can come together, 10 of you. They call it something so work for. Every community, Ogun State and Ondo State, I be youth cooperative. Cooperative we want, but you have to be very honest. You have to be faithful. I don't know what they need when we meet here. Join your foot war. So we can involve youth cooperatives. What they worry business will make worry on a ming. Bad. Things are bad, but people are making it positively. And Orogun youth must be counted among those who are making it positively. Then sports and entertainment. Sports. Yes, prosperity in sports. I mean, if you have a band, let's look at many of them. They are doing very well in sports. You can know Orogun. We have height in Orogun. Why people in Orogun? What's up basketball? What's up what's the high jump? In lot. Then entertainment. And that's what I'll do for Africa. Traditional music. We'll sell Mokomoko. Okay, so far. You go Mokomoko Nuri. To thank you. So there's so much we can also offer in entertainment. There is so much. All we need to do is to be mobilized. Then if one will be zero, with that total can you brand YouTube? They should be coming home regularly. I will continue to call Otibe Guzo again and again. On to win mama. On what time at your brain. Yawa Jama no Roda brain. And put the queen that boy. It also happened to Dr. Philip Itedjere. And walk for a Memio. Every near than you were born. Funny any diamond. Any down well. Any down getting. Any down be cold. Ofa mo de common any than not worry. Abi Joshua. èyí dàná gbọ́ ìyàwó rẹ̀ wọ́n náà fún wọn tirẹ̀ can change phone numbers àdúgbò wọn lórí kò can change phone numbers gbogbo yẹn tó rí ọmọ rẹ̀ ọmọ tẹ̀ ẹ́ fọmọ tẹ̀ bèrè tòwé yẹn ní wàá rẹ̀ kùn gbogbo ìwọ̀n wọn ẹ̀dá bí wọ́n tó ká àgbètì rẹ̀ mílíọ̀nù ọ̀rùn bíbí sọ̀rọ̀ àyà rí dótọ̀ òtún mẹ́ta sọ ní wọ́n yìí dẹ́rẹ̀ nínú ilé ká dẹ́ and that year mi dẹ́rẹ̀ ògbógbò náà sàmì inú rẹ̀ now owó tá ń gbọ́n náà fún wa mi ò tó tọ̀nà kí ni má yìí mẹ́kọ́ mọ́ mọ́ pákó is a boy mi jó tọ̀nà àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ mi ò jó tọ̀nà kí ni àwọn ọmọ iná rẹ̀ he say daddy lọ́ọ̀rẹ́ yà mí house gbogbo rẹ̀ what you need this house for wọ́n yìí máa bí question yìí kí tí mẹ́fà lè fẹ́ ká tó sá kọ̀ọ̀kan náà for one round most arrested will go together. Jamai to tackle honor. I might stop when you I kind of pull you gamma no so them. If you give me cheese, getting walk around. We do show those that will come on me. I raise the apple, better to shine in the team. None of them my ignorant. Spend size, which you want at time in the team. Is it in I know? Hey, my chum. But I'm not going to take for far you know. We take to live on society, okay? So we have no people on the internet. And I'm watching that. I will go with you. I go down to him. So, what you're going with every day, we want to say she will get it. Alright. So, we people, these things should be deliberate. These things should be deliberate. Why do they walk in there? What they walk in there? What they walk in there? I can't tell you, when you get back, the most I call you one, no. What will walk it up? Be worried. Chief they lead their trial in Nigerian civil war. Samuel Itedjere, raining. General David Itedjere, or just how you run the ball. So this thing we have to be very deliberate. Music what channel. Then what Orogun is like. I think Senator Maggie or Jimmy Apparently rolling. Look at that side. It will transform the lives of Orogun youth socio-economically. Then the gold mine, the utterance and modernity, which is the magic and wonders of ICT. If you follow the Wabagami, Wabioka Danone, there will be Yahoo, which you will be, which I won't go here. I will charge Foster Aquari to do another workshop on the benefits of ICT. That's going to be kind of this fourth industrial revolution or giant. It is driven by ICT. And if you please that industrial revolution, not survive. So please do something in that direction. ICT. Our people who are doing well can come together and build ICT clusters in Orogun. You don't need to be very something small, because we already have a polytechnic in Orogun, and that is a pointer to where Orogun should be going. So, I have about 6 recommendations. 6 recommendations, which should be our takeaway. 1, we charge Orogun President General the ESCO to develop Orogun Youth Development Plan, because the future is about the youth. To develop Orogun Youth Development Plan, which should be followed up and executed deliberately. It should be in the first instance should be for 5 years. The first instance should be for 5 years. Then 2, what you've done now, I will apply the applications annually. Orogun annual youth conference, and as I advised earlier, all those students in SS1, SS2, SS3, invite all of them. Therefore, when Awolowo's universal primary education came, and that's what we're making all the villages, rural as they were there. And that was how they went to bring Itedjere from Ondo State, Western region. You all know what Itedjere had come today. So SS1 to SS3, invite them. The future is actually about them. Then let us have a data bank. Tọ́mọ́ bí Orogun, tọ́mọ́ ṣàrí, tọ́mọ́ tẹ̀, wọ́n tẹ́ lọ bí sọ̀rọ̀ lórí, wéde fúgà yìí. Then challenge them. Well, one year when you're not more of a Orogun. Even if you are a young lawyer, adopt something. You are a young doctor, adopt somebody. You are an engineer, and you can adopt more than one if you want. Adopt. And then see how you can mentor that person. One thing not cool, you can monitor and mentor a child from Ugolo within GSM now. Even from maths, if you can survive in maths, you can mentor somebody from Ugolo with the aid of DSM. So let us start that. Come on, let's get it. So anywhere they are, there are very many. But I see over them, and their fathers are also not helping us. Last year, I gave an idea to Ogono Education Committee that create a WhatsApp platform. Name all Ogono, let's add them so that they can help. We didn't get any help. Nobody wants to volunteer. But I said, this is one service we must render to our people. Opinion with you to our name. Opinion with our name. If there is not taken, we shall have no places to. There was the House of Rep member that broke down in tears on the floor of the House of Representatives here that he couldn't go home. At the point I was like, again, why? Because you have cheated them for too long. Then, Orogun Youth, help yourselves positively, but not negatively. What talk about self-help? Yes, negative self-help. Yes, positive self-help. What can you do to better your life? What can you do to better your family? What can you do to better your partners? I'm sure I have touched on many of these things in the course of this lecture. Help yourself. Mobilize during the election and vote incredible people. Once upon a time, I gave the lecture to Robo Youth. Carry Grego. We don't get money now. I don't want to get money. In that night, then I was around 45 or so. That can I run as fast as you guys? And then you. Now, if I now come to contest, that was that what they were touching ballot boxes. Since I cannot run, can I snag the ballot box and let you? And I mentioned it and let you. Why don't you now snag ballot boxes for yourself and win and have leaders arise among you and then execute your own agenda? So help yourselves. Let leaders arise among you. Thankfully, Honorable Monadetine, before you came, I mentioned your name up to 10 times or 18. So the example, and the world is here. Right now, we put our people, you are seeing in live and direct. So he's an example for our youth to follow. Then the issue of tech ops. People have people with them in 18 there, secondary school. The way people let them come, collaborate. Collaboration is the main thing in the world now. Put resources together and establish little 10 hubs so that we can join the ship, the movement of the fourth industrial revolution. I'm not the of we've not seen anything about social dislocation. I'm being honest with you. We have not seen anything about social dislocation. And the organizers who are doing this. Orogun is where God has planted us, and we must work to make Orogun flourish. We will never be tired of talking to our people or being advocates on behalf of our people. It will be well with Orogun.